What up? What up? What up? This Ibn Web Quran is some here. Official things thing I got going down here. This is a special one to me. This is special. I think about this journey of mine, this life of mine that I continue to live, God willing here. But I just remember just making my way to Connecticut here in regards to, attending college or what have you there. You're just still trying to figure out life. 17, 18, 19 years old, they're just trying to still navigate this whole thing. And you try to look for folks that you could kind of just like, oh, all right, she's doing it, he's doing it. Let me just try to like, emulate them, but with my own style to it here. Greg was one of them. I think Greg finished school or might have been in grad school when I got there. But just to see him move and just some of the things he was just doing, at such a young age here, not only athletically, business wise, and just being a productive citizen here. It also then hurt that he's a Jersey guy too. So that was the cool thing about it as well too. So reached out to him, was like, Greg, would you mind jumping on here, just sharing a little bit of your world, your journey here? He was like, without a doubt. No hesitation whatsoever here. So I'm really looking forward to this as far as just to sit back and just hear him out, and we just gonna go from there. Hold tight.
My man.
What's up? What's up?
What's going on, player?
Nah, ain't nothing, man. You don't know how honored I am to have you on here, man. I appreciate you taking time out, and it was like no hesitation too. Some people, got poke at them every now and then, but like I said, I appreciate this. I'm so excited to get you, man.
Nah, it's the honor's mine, man. We go back, brothers, damn, a long time ago, 25,
Yes.
30 years, you know what I'm saying? So the honor's mine, plus you Jersey boy, so that's definitely love.
That's right, man. Hopefully family, everybody holding up through all this stuff going on, man. I know it's loosening up a little bit, but still, hopefully everybody good and maintaining or even, elevating, whatever the case may be here.
Absolutely. Everybody's maintaining, man. I remind folks we're still in a pandemic, and to compound that, there's a fucking war going on now in Ukraine. So we definitely got to be on our P's and Q's, man, and keep pushing forward. You know what I mean?
No, most definitely, man. Like I said, this is a walk, man. This is all about you here, man, and this journey of yours. I know I ain't gonna be able to get too much. I'm gonna see what we can squeeze in here. So
where we fit in, baby. I'm with you.
Definitely, man. So we're gonna take it back, man. Originally from Jersey, or you just came to Jersey by way of somewhere else?
Originally born and raised in Paterson, New Jersey. Born and bred, went to Eastside High School. Principal Joe Clark was my principal. Mm-hmm. From the movie Lean on Me. Left Eastside High School my sophomore year to attend Don Bosco on basketball. Of course, everybody know the powerhouse Don Bosco Tech. And had some good years, man. Pretty high level student athlete. Mm-hmm. Ended up at Southern Connecticut where I met you years later. Mm-hmm. I had a lot of D1 offers, but during those times they had what they call Prop 48.
Right.
I didn't do well on my SAT, so I opted to go Prop 48 where I didn't have to sit out a year because I went Division II.
Okay.
So I went to Southern and had a pretty good career there while I played. Rookie of the year in the New England Conference. My freshman year, sophomore year had a decent year, and then I blew my knee out my junior year. So after that, started engaging in a lot of on-campus activities, very involved in Black Student Union. Of course, everybody knew I was the sergeant over by Engelman Hall, where I kept the traffic flowing so people didn't crowd the ramp, block the handicap ramp accessibility, which became a job for me. I went through Mr. Barber. That was like one of my first jobs on campus. Just being a people's person. I mean, that, just being able to vibe with all walks of life who came through the campus and, keep folks acclimated and elevated in academia and sports, whatever they were into. One of the popular guys on campus, you know what I'm saying? So, we parlayed that into an opportunity just to for people that look like me and you to just try to stay in school and get that degree, because it was hard for us back in those days. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Before you even go further to what you was doing, just to rewind just a tad bit, are you only child or you have some siblings?
I got a sister.
Okay.
She's just 2 years older than me. She lives in South Carolina.
Hmm.
Um, and my mom's a single mom. You know what I'm saying? Raised us both.
Yeah.
And once I came to college, my mom's relocated from Patterson to South Carolina.
Okay.
That's where her parents were, and she went down to take care of them. So she's now in South Carolina. So
And then I know people here at Patterson, man. Like, how was it for you? I mean, obviously, our normal is our normal, man. But like, how was it for you, just growing up, those Patterson streets?
it's tough, man. Patterson is rough, man. It's rough, rugged, and raw. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna either be about it or you're gonna be it. You know what I'm saying? I tell everybody, these stories, especially when I go around the circuit speaking to these students, man. Like I was 6'3" my freshman year, and I was nervous going in the East Side.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I literally saw cats getting robbed in the bathroom, mugged in the hallways, getting the sneakers taken in the gym. You know what I'm saying? Having their lunch taken. I was being witness to a lot of that. You know what I'm saying? The Latin Kings and GDs. You know what I'm saying? And all the power players that ran the streets. Luckily for me, like I said, I was a standout athlete, and most of the street guys was not having Big Slim out there on those corners. You know what I'm saying? They ran me off the corners real quick. You know what I'm saying? I was a hot item. Like, you bringing too much attention over here, young blood. Get out of here. They throw me a
Yeah.
couple. Let's go to the basketball court. So that was my saving grace, man. And what Patterson is definitely it will set you up to be a successful person, or you have very tough skin.
Mm. Nah, most definitely, man. And I know, you mentioned playing ball. Was basketball your first love, or I know other people like other sports and end up playing something else, but was basketball your thing right from the door?
I mean, baseball is my first love,
Oh,
man.
okay.
You know,
Okay.
they used to call me Dwight Gooden. You know what I'm saying? I could throw that ball. I could throw like a 90, 94, 95 mile fastball. So
Okay.
I had some heat. I played in high school. I played in Babe Ruth and all of that. Basketball is my sport, but as you grew and in your communities that you grew up in, and your friends that you associate with, if you're in Rome, you do as the Romans. So, I shifted over to basketball, like I said, and it afforded me some opportunities. It definitely did.
Now, Eastside, when you got there freshman, were you was playing varsity, or you had the right from the
Yeah,
beginning?
yeah. I played varsity my freshman year.
Hmm.
Um, I played varsity my freshman and sophomore year, and I was with the dogs. You know what I'm saying? Like, you a freshman and you in a varsity uniform at Eastside, you a dog. You know what I'm saying? And I saw the interview with you and Anthony Evan, which is my man. We came up in the ranks together. We played in all the All-Star games together, AAU together.
Yeah.
We went to 5-star basketball camps where we were waiters together. Um, you know, I'm laughing because he went to Seton Hall. Him and my man went to Seton Hall, and we clown at each other so much, man. I was happy to see them stay home, man. But for me, it was survival of the fittest. I had to get out of Patterson. I had to get out of Jersey, man.
Yeah.
I got my degrees in criminal justice, and now I'm like, I don't want to face my family in Patterson with these degrees, man. So I would just migrate.
Okay. Now, what was the switch to go to Bosco for? Was it was just too hot over at Eastside and
Yeah,
you had to
man.
need to be out?
Yeah, putting myself in a better opportunity.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It was an Italian coach who really liked my game, Coach Mugno.
Hmm.
They pretty much literally like was my second family.
Okay.
Got me out the hood. I was on the outskirts of Patterson. I actually had a room at the crib for a little while. I ate Italian dinners and drank wine. That was a culture shock for me. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, one of one of my dear friends, we call him Beetle, Keith Seegers. He was like a senior.
Okay.
He was a junior when I was a freshman. So by his senior year, I was a sophomore. He was like, Big G, you got to come to Don Bosco. You know what I'm saying? Like, Mugno was on you. He definitely liked you. And I did the transfer, man, and you know, it was all uphill from there, man. Like I said, it was might have saved my life getting out of East Side and off them streets of Patterson over there.
How was the heads around the way when you made that move over there? I know some might not have liked it, or some was like, you know, go ahead, do your thing. Was it mixed or?
You know, I got pretty much blessings from everybody, even my coach at East Side. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, it's an opportunity you don't want to pass up. You got opportunity to go to Don Bosco and ball, and you got skills. Take advantage of it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, of course, my teammates was like, "Dang, G, why you leaving us?" But they understood like it's an opportunity, pretty much for me of a lifetime to make a power move and literally put myself in a better position to be successful. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, definitely. How was those teams at Bosco? How playing wise? Were you guys good?
Oh, it was hella good, man. You know, my only regrets, man, and I share this story because I've been coaching here in Connecticut for the last 20 years, and you know, my junior year in state championship, we played St. Anthony's, and my senior year in the state championship, we played at St. Anthony's.
Now, who was with them back then? I mean, as far as when you played,
Bob Hurley,
Bobby was there. Okay.
Hair,
Jerry Walker and those.
Yeah. Yep, and they were freshmen and sophomores when they beat me my junior senior year.
Yeah.
So you know those are the only things that that kind of punched me in the jaw, especially when I see Danny Hurley. You know, he up here coaching UConn
up here now. Yeah.
You know, so. But yeah, you know, we had good teams, man. We fought like dogs. And like I said, you know, even after the regular seasons, you know, the AAU circuits and the basketball camps and the traveling, you know, I did it with, you know, all those cats, man. We had a good time.
Who'd you play AAU with? Who'd you run with?
I had a lot of cats, man. Like I said, Avan.
Who did you play? What AAU squad did you play for?
Well, you going 30-something years ago. I played with So they had like the you know they're sectioning off the Northeast, the East Side, like you know what I'm saying. So cats from Patterson, Newark, Passaic, all those towns in that surrounding area. We all played together against like the South Jersey teams.
Got you.
I can't remember the names off the top of my head. You know the Chris Gents and all those guys that played at Christian Brothers. We used to play. We used to play, man. Camden, you know, those guys down at Camden High School, and you know, but us, Elizabeth High School, all of us, we all played together with North Jersey guys.
Nah, definitely, man. And I know you got into the Southern piece there, so was that a shock for you just being in? I mean, granted, New Haven's a city anyway, so I mean, how was it that whole transition for you for high school? Obviously, being at Bosco, predominantly white and everything else, but you switched back over kind of to the city part, so you probably was familiar just being from East Side and Patterson. How was that whole adjustment?
Yeah. It wasn't a big transition. You know, most of the team at Don Bosco was black, of course. You know what I'm saying? You know, Patterson is all black and brown. You know what I'm saying? And I tell everybody, New Haven is just a smaller Patterson.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Okay. So as far as the dynamics of everything, it was a pretty smooth transition. You know, I communicated and had relationships with folks that be like, "Dang, I thought you were from here. Like, you know more people in Connecticut than I do." Like, I'm a social bee, man. I like to interact with folks and engage folks and meet folks where they at, man. So it was a smooth transition, definitely.
Yeah, and then you talked about the whole situation with your knee, man. How that impact you, like just mentally? Like you play ball, growing up playing ball, and have probably aspirations even post college, probably, man. And for that to happen, man, where was you at during that time, man, mentally?
I mean, you know, it was a life changer. You know, I had to do the whole physical therapy thing. I fractured my patella, which is a very serious injury per se. And it took a lot of the unk out of me too. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, to get back out there, um, not knowing if you're gonna have that injury again or something else.
Mhm.
And you know, during the course of that time, like I said, I became more aware of who I am and engaged in the community, and
Mhm.
you know, started doing community service, a lot of stuff with brothers I saw on campus who were wearing that purple and gold.
Yeah.
Got interest in Omega, and actually pledged. And once I pledged, I wasn't playing no more. That was a wrap. I was just stepping and wearing gold boots and
Okay.
doing the thing with the dogs. You know what I'm saying? So, um, you know, it was a life altering situation, but it was for me. It put me in a better position as a community leader and as a leader in my fraternity and a leader in the community, and you know, motivated me to go ahead and graduate and get my master's degree.
That's
So,
right. That's
you
right.
know, I use it as a positive. You know what I'm saying?
And the other thing, and again, that you did, I know I came in on the back. I think you might have been in grad school when I got there. But one thing that you even talk about, I'm curious, like the whole even the business stuff, man. You started just doing other things on the side as well too, man. Just elevating yourself. Like that was always in you, or did you just follow somebody else's lead? Like how that go down?
I mean, I always had the hustle spirit, man. But I had a mentor here, like, actually one of my big brothers in my fraternity. You know, he laid the roadmap out. James Ellis, he's Red Man manager.
Right.
He does a lot of work with Red and Meth. Smart, smart guy, man. You know, told me all the classes to take. I did criminal justice, sociology, criminal justice like him.
Mm-hmm.
He educated me on what classes, what professors to stay away from, what professors to take. You know, what to prepare for, what, you know, how to set myself up to be successful. You know, after I got my undergrad, I didn't have a job. He's like, "You want to go on tour with us?"
Mm-hmm.
He took me on a tour with them, the Lollapalooza tour, Red, Meth, Wu-Tang. Like, I'm like, I was into this whole entertainment thing, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That was a long time, you know, and I did that for a whole summer. You know, I of course, you know, for years I promoted comedy. I had a comedy club here in New
Right.
Haven where I worked with all the top level comedians that were coming through in the early 90s, late 90s, 2000s. You know, I tell folks all the time, Lil Kev, you know, Kevin Hart will drive up to Philly to my club all the time. You know what I'm saying? You know, JB Smooth and Mike Epps slept on my couch. You know, these are actual real friends of mine. You know what I'm saying? That recognize that I was putting Connecticut on the map on the comedy scene. So, you know, those are rewarding life experiences that I could never give back, man.
What was it about the comedy that you wanted to just go down that lane?
Yo, laughter is good, man. It was sort of my therapy, you know what I'm saying? And I know a lot of folks can relate to that. You know what I'm saying? We were going through some really hard times back in those days where, you know, crime was up, shootings was up, you know, folks was getting money, but folks didn't really have a whole lot of outlets. So, I came up with this brainchild was like, you know, once a week,
Mm.
get folks in this comedy room and just let it all out, man. And I had access to comics from New York, LA, Chicago, Detroit, all over the country, and they're on the East Coast. I was getting a phone call like, "Yo, Big G, I'm be in New York. You got a spot for me? Like, yo, let's make it happen." So, you know, it became a natural, man, and folks really enjoyed it. And for me, that was a sort of therapy, you know, just to get that laugh out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, nah, most definitely, man. What was behind the scenes, man? Is it as grimy as some people say, man? Well, I mean, I know you had the personality and the style to just move how you move, but was it like some things that were just kind of like, damn, I didn't know it was like this?
Yeah, man. You know, like they say, you see people true colors. You
Okay.
know, in this business, um, you know, it's a doggy dog world, man. And some folks can't get past their own egos. You know what I'm saying? And there are some superstars who don't have egos. So they're real down to earth and know their worth and know who they are, and you can respect that. You know what I'm saying? You have champions of the game like Earthquake, who've been around for 30 years or more, ain't never seen a silver screen, but he's one of the funniest comics out there. You know, Tony Roberts, you know, one of the funniest comedians you will ever come across on this planet, man, and never touched the big screen, but folks know who he is. He sell everywhere you go. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, the business, man. It's gonna always be the business, but you just gotta find your niche.
Yeah. And through all that, man, like I said, you was juggling, man. You was doing that. I mean, you had other things going on. You became a father, man. Like, how the hell you do all this, man?
Being a black man, yo. Being a black man, you know what I'm saying? That that really grew me up. I had my sons, you know what I'm saying? Everywhere you saw me, you saw them. You know what I'm saying? You know, by the grace of God, they turned out pretty good. They followed in my footsteps in regards to higher education. They both went to Southern,
Mm-hmm.
both played ball. You know what I'm saying? You know, and they both coaching now. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I couldn't ask for nothing better, man. You know, two excellent, young, smart black men who are making an impact in our community, and that's all I wanted, man.
Yeah. Now you mentioned the coaching. What made you want to get into coaching?
Hey, I couldn't play no more, so I figured I could walk the sidelines and share the knowledge that I have.
Okay.
You know, I coach over 20 years. I actually just this year is my last year that I finished coaching. I retired this year. I think I'm one of the winningest middle school coaches here in New Haven. Besides one of my dear friends, who's actually my point guard at Southern, Glenn Middleton. He maybe got one or two more championships than me. But you know, it was a passion. You know, I love teaching. You know, I was one of those young boys who that was my outlet. So, you know, a lot of these kids that are coming from social economically challenged communities, man, I can relate to that. You know what I'm saying? I slept on cardboard boxes. I'm from Patterson. Ain't nothing you can tell me, young blood, that you can't do, or what you can't do and what you can do, because I've been there, done that. So because I could meet them where they're at, and you know, have a good relationship with most of the parents, man. You know, it was just something that I really fell in love with doing, and not only boys basketball, but I fell in love with coaching softball, girls softball too. So it was a great fit.
What's your coaching style like? I mean, has it changed throughout the years, or you right from
Definitely
the
had to
beginning?
change, man.
Okay.
You know, back in the day, I was a dog, man. You know, like it could be a day that we don't touch a basketball. It's just suicides and sprints, and
Mm-hmm.
you know, in football, the up downs. But you can't do those things no more. You know, softball. You know, I had to be a little bit more, um, not as tough with my girls, but tough. You know what I'm saying? You know, and I I take the initiative of meeting with parents first, because maybe this is not a fit for your child. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I'm an old school coach, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to push your child to the limit to be the best that they could be. And I made that clear, you know, without breaking any laws or being unethical. You know, we're going to get the best out of these kids so they can remove themselves from these communities and put themselves in a better place.
Is there any difference with the same kid 20, 30 years ago versus the kid now? Is it any difference, you think?
Um, there's differences in different areas, but at the end of the day, it's putting the ball in the hoop, it's being able to listen, it's being able to work with a teammate, it's being able to be a team player. So all those things kind of works themselves out. You just gotta, instead of going a straight line, you might have to go in and out to get to that stop sign. You know what I'm saying? With this new generation, so it pretty much stay the same. You gotta be creative.
Yeah, because you mentioned your style a little bit old school. I mean, sometimes these kids these days, I mean, again, some
Yeah,
can't take that, and
yeah.
some,
That's a
yeah.
lawsuit some places. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I see
Mm-hmm.
people losing their job because of that. You know, you can't motivate a kid by throwing a basketball at him saying pick up your pace. that you can't do that no more. You can't yell at a kid sometimes. So
Hmm. How about the parents? Any difference with them?
every parent kid is the best. You know that.
Yeah, yeah, mm,
But you set those boundaries, you know,
yeah,
and establish a rapport and a relationship where they know that, you know, coach has been doing this for a long time. I might not like it, and I say to him, you probably won't like everything I say or do, but don't speak ill about me around my players. Just like I wouldn't speak ill about your parenting around your players. You know what I'm saying? About around
right.
your child. So,
Hmm.
you know, it's just a point of communicating. You know, I don't have conversations with parents about playing time. I don't have conversations with parents about things that we're doing in the locker room. You know what I'm saying? Um, and just try to keep it, you know, my door open for them as much as possible when it comes to better quality of their child's life. That's what we're about.
Mm. Nah, definitely, man. Because I know these days I hear from other coaches too. They talk about it's interesting. They'll type you a book and walk right past you, won't say a word. You know, as far as emails and texts, but won't say a word like just that whole face to face conversation. But they'll say a whole lot in some type of text or email.
Absolutely. Or go to the principal or the or administrator.
Yeah,
So yeah, so those are some of the things that we deal with. You know what I'm saying? But you navigate that.
absolutely, man. This Q life, man. I know you had it up, sweat shoot up, man. I mean, sweat shirt up, man. Like, how's that been for you? You mentioned you jumped into it and haven't looked back, man. Like, what's it meant to you? Just everything that you've done.
Yeah, man. I mean, you one of the young fellows that bear witness to the brotherhood on campus. You know what I'm saying? You see the work that we do around not only campus but in the communities.
Hmm.
It's just something for me because I didn't have a brother per se that kind of embodied everything that I believed in. You know, manhood, scholarship, perseverance, and uplift. You know, those are our four cardinal principles, and you know, those are the things that I live my life by day to day. Not only was I came in as a member and started working in the chapter of doing different initiatives all around the community, but I eventually became president of our chapter. You know what I'm saying? And I initiated a lot of lines after that who came in as the mayors, and these folks are leaders in the community as well. A lot of your peers came after me. So it's a livelihood, something that I'll put my life on the line for any brother any day of the
Yeah.
week. So,
Mm. Nah, that's real, man. And with everything going on during these times, man, how were you guys able to move through this whole pandemic we experienced? I mean, you mentioned a lot of community work and anything else, man. How were you guys able to navigate all this?
I mean, during the pandemic, man, most everything was pretty much through Zoom and social media. Because a lot of brothers were getting sick. We
Yeah,
lost a few good brothers. You know what I'm saying, because of the virus. But we keep pushing. And as we slowly open back up, we'll slowly get back into the community. If we can't provide hands-on uplift, we're trying to provide academic scholarships in some capacities. We're trying to provide food for the homeless. You know what I'm saying? So it runs the gamut, man. We got brothers in my fraternity who are attorneys and firemen and teachers and social workers, and we cover the globe, man. And in whatever way we can help the next man, that's what we're trying to do.
and speaking, helping folks, best part about you being a dad, man, you got two boys, and I mean, what was the best part of, I mean, continue to be the best part about it. Let me put that in present tense.
Watching them grow, man. Watching their mannerisms and seeing how they mature. Watching them from middle school to high school on to college, just embodying all the things that you're teaching them at home to take out into the community and to represent the family. it was awesome, man. Greg and Jordan, there's not one person that haven't said to me like, we know those your boys. You know what I'm saying? Like, even, even their mother be like, yo, man, I just carried them. That's all you. You know what I'm saying? But it's a great feeling, man. And like I said, the work that they're doing now, JR, he's coaching at Career High School, doing a fantastic job with those young players over there. And Jordan, he's over at Catherine Brennan and finishing up his MSW at UConn. So, I'm a proud dad, man, and the work continues. They know that, nothing comes easy. So they gonna continue to keep pushing and carrying the Johnson legacy on.
And it's interesting you say that, man, just how important modeling was, man. Like you said, they doing kind of same trajectory, same path, and just kind of things that you've done here, just how important you being in their lives and that whole modeling piece is. Some folks overlook that, but the stuff that we doing, they watching. I don't care if they 3 years old or 13 years old, they watching and taking it in.
Absolutely, man. And they emulate everything you say and do, man. And even as they're 28 now. And if I'm in another room, I could swear, they're like, damn, is that me talking out there? Like, they sounded just like me. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh man, it's rewarding. I put it like that. It's rewarding.
No, definitely, man. And then even with sports and all this stuff, man, what is it giving you that sticks with you to this day?
It just gave me a lifelong sense of friendships,
Yeah,
relationships.
mm.
It built a lot of character and self-esteem, motivation to be the best that I could be.
Yeah.
Even in the difficult times, because I always took a loss as a lesson. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it makes you a better person. A stronger character.
Mm-hmm.
It builds character. I put it like that.
Nah, most definitely, most definitely. Throw you on the spot here for a little bit, man. Some random questions. You might be like, what the hell are you asking me this for? But just have some fun here, if that's all right with you.
That'll rock out.
Cool, no doubt. When you're in the whip, I don't know which big boy you have now, but when you're in the whip, man, the Merit or 95.
The Merit.
All right. Speaking of whips here, what's been your most favorite car?
Most favorite car was my 735 IL BMW. Black
Big
on
boy.
black. Yeah, man.
Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah. That was
Now,
my baby.
Yeah, we knew you was in the building. When we seen that, we knew you was in. We knew who that was. Absolutely.
No doubt.
Whaley or Dixwell Ave?
Whaley all day.
I'm gonna mix it up here. So we got a Great Adventure or Action Park?
Exit 7, man. Great Adventure, man.
You still know that exit off the turnpike. Right, that's right. That's right. What you love most? That's being an adult or a kid?
Being an adult.
Yeah.
Being an adult, because I was a kid, I was poor, man. Didn't know my next meal was coming from a lot of times. So I'm in a better place now.
Nah, definitely. I know where your TV game is at, but Snowfall or Power?
Woo, that's a toughie. Snowfall, that's a throwback. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I gotta rock with the throwbacks, man. I gotta rock with Snowfall.
Okay. Block party or the club?
Block party.
Here's one for you: hot peas of butter or Tipton's?
Hot peas, baby. Every Sunday.
Yeah.
Man,
y'all held that down, man. Y'all held that down. How long did you have that going for over there?
I've had a couple of years, man. A couple of years before we shut the doors. Then I moved over to Jackie Blues Cafe. Did that for a few years.
Wow.
So we had some good runs, man.
You ever thought about getting back into all of that?
I did, but you know, the economy, the landscape, you know what I'm saying? It's just wasn't financially conducive to make a move like that, to put out, you know, money like that you might not see come back. So I had to make sound decisions, and you know, I still do bookings here and there, but as far as opening up my own spot, I'm sitting on that for right now.
Okay. All right. What Patterson and New Haven?
I mean, I've been here in New Haven longer than I've been in Patterson. I left Patterson when I was 17, 18 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the late 80s. And we know from the 70s and 80s, it was rough, man.
Yeah.
You know, so I would have to rock with New Haven right now because I knew I was getting 3 squares a day at least.
Yeah, nah, definitely. So this might be a New Haven response too. Southern or Don Bosco?
Don Bosco.
Oh, okay.
Don Bosco, because it embraced me. It held me up. It showed me the appreciation I brought to that institution, that school. And I didn't feel that appreciation at Southern. You know, the fights we had in President Adante's office. You saw the fights we had with BSU and Southern. You saw the fights that we had just trying to get decent food in Con Hall.
Yeah.
The fights we have about getting Black administrators and Black professors. And that fight still goes on, man. It's 2022. And my kids done graduated from there. You know what I'm saying? And we still having these conversations. So I can't say that I'm the happiest with Southern right now.
Okay, fair enough.
Black alumni.
My random question, Vader, where did that come from?
Vader, see that? That was my line name, Darth Vader.
Okay.
So, you know, people think like, oh, you a Trekkie? You in the Star Wars? I'll be like, you know, when I play, I was this big black dude and they call me Vader.
Oh no, it's definitely a conversation piece to, you know, open the door with some things. No, definitely here. As far as playing wise, as far as throughout your life, man, best game you ever played in your life, something that sticks out, like, you know what? Yeah, I did my thing this night.
Listen, man, it sticks out even today, man. We played at University of New Hampshire, and my boy Scully from Brooklyn, he's a beast. The whole Scully family was ballers. I'm sure you heard of him. But Scully was up at New Hampshire, and we played up there. We had a away game up there, and as we were pulling in on the bus, and I will never forget this. There were white folks out skating on the pond, ice skating.
Okay.
Ice skating. So it was a culture shock first and foremost for all of us. But not only that, but when we got there, you know, Scully and his boys, his crew came down and scooped us. And we went over to their dorm before the game, and he tried to get me drunk. We were drinking, it wasn't no Mad Dog in there. It was some hard brown liquor he had. I forgot what it was. But I had like 18 points, 13 rebounds on him that night, and we won. You know, we laugh about it because he was trying to get me toasted before the game, and it backfired on him, man. And that's my dude from Brooklyn, man. We had this Brooklyn jersey, this New York jersey thing going on.
Yeah, of course.
You know, and that always stood out to me, man. My man Scully Skull, big ups to you, man.
Best team you ever been on in your life was?
Best team I've on. Probably one of the all-star teams I played on. Like I said, when it was that whole Patterson, Passaic, Newark, Jersey City, Elizabeth, Bloomfield, that whole capture. when we played the South Jersey Cats.
See if you put your Southern hat on here. Your all-time Southern top five. I mean, as far as starting five. You gotta.
So Angelo Parenti, he's a guard.
Okay.
He could jump out the gym. I mean, he'll dunk on you and blindfolded. He was that incredible. There were a few good players, man. Rich, he could shoot the lights out. TC. And a couple of young boys that came after me, man, that eventually someone went to the pros, man. You know, we had some players that came through Southern, man.
No, definitely, most definitely.
Yeah, some real dogs.
I know when I went there, they went on that mean run. I think lead eight, or yeah, like Tim Green, TJ, all those guys. Nah, most definitely, man. Somebody who should have made it. However you want to define made it, whether it was somebody growing up, whether it's high school, college, or somebody who should have made it.
Bobby Moore, this young cat from New Haven.
Yeah, know exactly what you talk about.
Bobby Moore, I mean, he got to be about 40-something now. He's still balling with them young boys. And he might even dunk on you still. But I mentored him when he was in high school. I seen him come through, man. He was just he's an incredible athlete. Freddie Wilson, another one. Went down, played in the Big East, but he just navigated the court, go wherever he wanted, do whatever he wanted to do. Yeah, they definitely should have made it.
Yeah. Best part about being Greg Johnston?
Being humble, being grateful. Being strong-minded. You know what I'm saying? And just trying to be a good man, a good person.
Yeah. Now I know we got a whole lot more living to do, but at this point, man, if you could, 3 of the best moments of your life at this moment that stick out. 3 of the best. They don't have to be the best, but 3 of the best that might stick out.
3 of the best is my grandmother. Just her TLC.
Yeah.
She and my grandfather, they raised me and my sister pretty much, because my mother had us when she was young. The birth of my kids.
Yeah.
And graduating from college, man.
Yeah, no, most definitely, man. So this book on your life, man, if you had a book on your life, what would you name it?
Only If You Could See Through My Eyes.
You can see through my eyes. It sounds like you already started writing this book.
On chapter 3.
Okay. Most definitely, man. What advice would you give that 17, 18-year-old Greg, that senior about to embark on his new life here? What advice would this Greg give him?
I would say relax a little. Don't take things too serious and personal. Allow yourself to make mistakes, because that don't mean the world is over. You learn from them. Yeah. And don't change. Continue to be you. Just learn from your mistakes.
And it's interesting you mentioned your grandparents. What would they say about you and your mom? What would all 3 of them say about you now?
That they're proud of me. My grandfather reminded me every day I was going to jail. If I get my shit together, you know what I'm saying? My grandmother reminded me every day that I wasn't going to jail, because I was smart and I was intelligent and I was handsome. So between those 2 and my mother saying, you know what, you could be anything you want to be. It was motivation and definitely helpful to keep me on the right path to life.
Now you mentioned Jordan and JR, them plus you, as far as who's the better athlete out of the 3?
So I tell everybody this. I could have easily been what's Lamar Ball's father's name?
So you just said his name, LeVar.
LeVar, right? JR is 5'10".
Mm-hmm.
but he's a dog.
Okay.
I mean, any coach want him on the team.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan is 6'6",
Yeah.
but he ain't got that dog in him like JR.
Okay. Okay.
So when I used to have them playing in the backyard, if they played 5 games, JR win. If not 5, 4 of them.
Okay.
Now, this is why I did the Jedi mind trick, because when they did play, and sometimes JR might have felt bad for Jordan because he's a big sloopeless. He's big for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
And he might have let Jordan win. And now I'm in Jordan's head, like, oh, you could have been now Jordan talking junk.
Yeah.
Hey, JR goes to beat on him something terrible, man. Like, you shouldn't have been talking junk to me, son. You know what I'm saying? So they used to have their dog fights out there, man. And it actually got Jordan better. So when he got to high school, he had a little dog in him being a big boy. And that went a long way for him. You know what I'm saying? So if I had to say the better athlete would be JR.
This including you. This including you. You said JR all 3
Including
of
me? Including me? No. They couldn't touch the big dog. No.
Okay. Because now JR also was a great baseball player too.
All state, yeah.
Yeah.
He's all state. So, people actually watch him from different schools. So JR was a standout basketball and baseball player.
Mm-hmm.
Hillhouse didn't have, and Jordan was a standout football and basketball player.
Mm-hmm.
Career didn't have football, so I had to send Jordan where they had football, and I had to send JR where they had a better baseball program. So, like I said, baseball is my favorite first love anyway. So, people ask me, why you send them to different schools? Well, they're their own persons. They got their own identities. You know what I'm saying? They doing their own thing.
Right.
So yeah. But out of the 3 of us, I probably would have been the best athlete. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Now, what's on deck for you? What's on deck?
So, I'm still working in the communities. I'm still the president of the NAACP here in the Valley. I am the chief of security for the Bridgeport Housing Authority. So I'm still working with a lot of our young folks, trying to get them on the straight and narrow, especially those who are seeking to get their life in check with pardons and get the record straight.
Now Jordan just starting something up with that too. He got his own business.
He started his own business called Pardon Me, where he's getting folks pardons. He's been doing it for the last 1.5, 2 years now. Built up a nice clientele. Started on his own business. So anybody out there that are listening to this, if you have a record and you want to get it expunged, look up Pardon Me Inc. and they can help you out.
Nah. Good. So, Greg, like I said, you don't know how happy, excited, even for these few minutes, man. Like I just, prior to getting on, I just took my own trip down memory lane, man. I just remember just being a young boy, trying to just figure this life thing out. We know 17, 18, 19, we still trying to be impulsive. We figuring stuff out, man. And I know, just to run across you, like I said, at school, and like I said, it also didn't help, or rather didn't hurt that you was from Jersey, man. And just to see you just kind of just do your thing, man. Like I said, obviously the material stuff is there. I know I joke about the big boy and all that, but it was still inspirational, man. Like you can get it. I mean, and be educated and do a whole bunch of stuff, man. And like I said, I couldn't be more proud as far as to know you and just to even have this opportunity. And I from the bottom of my heart, man, I just want to say thank you, man, because you just don't know how much this means and what you have done. Like I said, even if it's from afar and I'm sitting here watching, like I said, how much you've meant to me as far as just me staying put. I'm a model to say that I haven't gone back. The whole crew's back at the crib. I stayed here and try to set up shop or what have you, man. I always tell myself my little motto about that. I just say I'm Jersey raised but Connecticut grown. This is where I grew up at.
Exactly.
But like I said, but people such as yourself here was that example for me, man. And I thank you, man. I can't thank you enough, man. Thank you.
Man, I appreciate you, man. I remember y'all young bloods, man. Y'all was rappers, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all was ball players. Y'all was the trifecta. You know what I'm saying? Y'all was doing it all. You know what I'm saying? And when I came around, y'all young bloods showed me a lot of love, man, and embraced me, man. And I just want to say, man, I'm just happy to be a part of what you're doing here, you know, and tell the rest of the crew, man. I asked about them, you know, nothing but love on this,
Definitely.
man. And you know, whatever I could do to help you, brother, I'm a phone call away, man.
Nah, thank you. Actually, Swoop just had his first child too, man. He just had he waited forever, but he just finally had his first little man. Yeah.
Excellent, excellent. Tell that dude to
Yeah.
give me a call, man.
Nah, most definitely, Greg. Thank you for this, man. I appreciate it, and like what you just said, I'm gonna hold you to it because I know I'm gonna have to pick up the jacket and ask you for something.
No doubt, I'm here, baby.
Nah, definitely, man. I appreciate it, Greg.
One love, man. You keep doing your thing.
Thank you. All right,
One,
peace.
one.
Yeah, like still giddy, man. Still giddy, like still that little kid trying to navigate this college life, man. Just talking to the big homie. Appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Thank you, Greg, just for the opportunity for these few minutes, man. Don't know how much this means to me and everyone else that I've been able to have an opportunity to talk to. But like I said, Greg, man, I appreciate the solid. With that said, I'm just gonna slide away here, man. I put my hand over my heart. That means I feel you. Yeah.